Woo! What's up with it, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is the It Don't Exist podcast, and today we're going to be covering what happened with Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels. So, pretty sure everybody by now has seen it. If you haven't seen the full interview, I would highly recommend to watch the full interview of the situation. It's on the 5150 show on YouTube with Corey Holcomb, Darlene Ortiz, and Craig Fax. So, um, it's best to get the full interview, the full story rather than watching the clips where you get partials and, because there are things that add up and it's things that may be said later on that you may miss in the short clip. So it's best to watch the full interview so you can, like I said, so you can get the full story, full scope of the story. So what I'm gonna do in this clip here, well, in this video, this live, what I'm gonna do is I got the video loaded up here, so I'm gonna play some audio so we can go over some of the things that was said. So I got my man here. He can introduce himself. He's go ahead,
What's
brother.
good? What's good with it, man? Mac Phillips, man. What's happening with it, man? How y'all doing today?
Man. So yeah, man, we gonna debate on this, man. So your boy, I'm gonna say it like this. So we all, you know what I'm saying, we all got our own perspective of things. Um, you can view me as a Corey sympathizer, and I have no problem, wearing that badge. I'll wear it with honor. Um, I myself, I don't lean to nobody's side. I'm leaning to the side of righteousness. So if Corey's right, Corey's right. If Corey's wrong, Corey's wrong. If Antoine Daniels is right, he's right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this real quick. So when the interview first started, before the interview started, I should say this. So Corey came late to the show, right? So the time that he's not there, Darlene Ortiz is there, and she's sitting there talking to Anton Daniels. They're having a conversation about whatever. So, in order to find or get to the root of the problem, you have to find basically the core of a person. The core values of a person will tell you which way they are going to lean. So, if you don't know about Anton Daniels, he is a black Republican. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're dealing with people, you have to look at their beliefs, their fundamental, their foundations, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Their fundamental beliefs, the core of them, right? So he leans more to the side of pull up, work hard and you'll make it, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. He leans on that side, right? Corey Holcomb tends to lean more on the side of, hey, life is going to be what it is, what you make it. Kind of the same thing, but Corey has more of a understanding of the what is it, FBA, the Foundational Black Americans. So Corey tends to have a more of a consciousness when it comes to dealing with um, Black Americans. He understands. He'll let you know he comes from the Robert Taylor homes in Chicago. He comes from the projects, so he knows what it's like, and to have nothing to make it to something, right? Antoine Daniels is pretty much the same thing. He comes from Detroit, Michigan. We know Detroit, Michigan, is pretty rough, right? So um, he made it by himself. He made it all the way to where he's at right now, right? So, but that comes with time, that comes with grind and everything, right? So, Antoine, the type of person he is, he came on that show, and I'm gonna be real with you. He came on that show with an intent to bait Corey, to get Corey out of his to make him step out of himself because Corey put himself in a bad situation. He was in a lose-lose situation. So no matter what Corey said, if he was to fight, he would be wrong, you know. And then he already had that situation with Zoe Williams and Ari Spears, where Corey ended up paying $20,000 for that situation, right? And that was at his studio. This time he's at the Corn Academy studio, right? And that studio, that's Laylaw Mac, those people own that studio. So you're dealing with money over there, right? So Corey's sitting back and he's like, man, if I fight him, that's an L. If I don't fight him, that's still an L because now I'm looking like I'm not standing on business or whatever you want to say, right? I'm not a man of my word. But Corey did the right thing, and Darlene was telling him too, hey, chill out. What reason are what these are words. The man said something, and what he said, honestly, man, we all know. If you tell a man as a grown man in the black community, we all know this. Telling another grown man, inviting him to your privates, that can lead to that can lead to a problem. Somebody may want to put their hands on you. There in the state of New York, I know for sure. If you tell another grown man to SMD, you may lose your life over something like that, right? So it's like Antoine Daniels knows this, but he says it and then acts like he doesn't know what's going on, right? He acts like, hey, well, I didn't, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you told me that I kissed the ass of people. Like kissing the ass, right? That's a phrase that a lot of people use, and kissing ass is a bad phrase, but it's not one to where somebody is most likely gonna up that thing on you, right? But you talking about SMID, yo, you don't do that, man. But that's besides the point right now. Let's get back. Let's get back to it. So they both was baiting. Man, I'm not gonna say they both was baiting. Antoine Daniels was baiting Corey. He was rage baiting him. He was trying to get him out of pocket, and it worked. But until Corey caught himself, but Antoine made a lot of statements that most Black Americans are not going to agree with, and I'm gonna play one of them real quick. Y'all listen up to this. What do you feel listen about Corey said. This nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking about this nation, the U.S. That's the part of the game. When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. So he asking them how you feel about the nation taking natural resources from other nations and calling it basically like manifest destiny, right? And so he's saying like that's a part of the game. Now he's a Republican, right? He's built on business, financials, right? So we can understand that living coming from that side, but at the same side, what Corey's leaning on is like somebody had to take an L for you to get that win, right? So these countries, these nations, these people are losing while we're winning. We're taking what they got and we're winning off of it. Same thing that we went through with slavery, right? You know? So and Antoine he's responding like basically it's the part of the game, right? And then everybody didn't. Let's go on real quick. Let's move on to the next. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here. Okay, the slavery comment. I don't want to, I'm kind of stopping and fast forwarding a little because I don't want to like just bore you guys out. But he was asking him the question. Let me go on a little more. Hold on one second. So I don't see what the problem is. Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who claim jackers. Like I don't like what? Give me an example. Like the United States. No, give me an example, like a real. So I'm a fast forward a little. So he asked him the question, basically, how does he feel about the nation stealing people in slavery, right? And Antoine Daniels responded that he feels that Black Americans were brought here by other Black Africans. So he says that all the slaves came here due to being sold by Africans,
Wait a
which
minute. Hold
is
on.
which is
Let me
completely
interject.
which is
Let me.
hold on, bro. Let me keep going. Which is completely insane. Completely insane. Like we know that that didn't happen. We know that some Africans did sell slaves. They did. But we're not saying but to sit here and say that every African American that's here now in this country came from Africa due to them being sold by Africans is insane, man. And that's just that's just one thing. Like but thing, right? He went on and on and on and like his viewpoints that Antoine Daniels leads with are that of he has the talking points of a conservative white male. He sounds like a 65-year-old white man, with a pension. Because the things that he says, they don't resonate with the Black community. And that is part of the reason that him and Corey differentiate on a lot of topics when it comes to things like this, right? But the man, Antoine Daniels, is not stupid at all. He's not dumb by far. He knows exactly what he's doing. Corey was just chill and laid back, and sometimes he got caught off guard. Straight up, he got caught off guard. And I'm glad Corey didn't sock that dude out. I'm glad he didn't give him no earshot because, now it would have been a whole thing of another lawsuit. Now people gonna be looking at Corey like Corey can't control his emotions. He's a fighter. It'll just bring the band, it'll bring him down, the brand. It'll bring it down in a way that it shouldn't be. You can go ahead and hop in real quick, bro. I wanted to say that real quick. It's some more I'm gonna hop to, but go ahead and say your two aside. I know before you say something, y'all, this man right here, he's leaning on the Antoine Daniels side of the game. He even looked like him a little, you know what I'm saying? He on the Antoine Daniels side of the game. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Go ahead and say what you need to say, man. Go ahead.
First, I'm not leaning on nobody's side. I rock with Corey and I rock with Anton. Some of the stuff that some of the stuff that Anton did say, I do agree with. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Like what? Like what?
uh, one of the things I mean I understand slavery happened to us. I understand what Corey was saying about resources, but this playbook that America got ain't a new one, and it's been going on way before we got here. Do you know that there had there has been slavery that has happened where more people have died than the Africans that died in the United States? Do you know that?
What does that have to do with anything though?
So the fact that slavery exists, because Corey was trying to make it seem as if it only because he, first of all, let me say this: you benefit from America. You benefit from America taking resources from these other countries, whether you believe it or not. You benefit from that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for you to say, um, I don't, I can't rock with America stealing resources from other countries when every country does that and have done that throughout the history of the world since the beginning of man, beginning of time. And also, you
So
benefit from that.
so
First
wait,
of
wait, wait.
all,
We'll pause real quick.
one of the things that's going on right now in this country, and it's very interesting to me too, by the way.
Bro, before you say that, pause real quick because you're saying stuff, but okay, the original question was what is it that you agree with Antoine Daniels on? And now you're saying that we benefit from it, bro. And then you said that Corey is saying that every he's like, bro, Corey is basically saying that he's not talking about every other country. He's talking about strictly America. Like when you this is one thing I don't like about having conversations with people because they tend to get off of topic, off the subject, off of what is addressed. If I'm talking to my girl and I'm asking her why does she keep doing this, specific thing, and she responds to me and say, well, you do it too, that's basically what you're saying. And it's like we're not about that. Let's handle this one problem. Let's get this one situation done. Then get on me. Then move to the other countries. He's not asking that. He's asking. Let's go back to the initial question. What is it that you agree with Antoine Daniels about? Proceed, brother.
It's a lot of things, bro. I mean, I'm gonna
Okay.
be honest.
Example.
Uh, when Corey asked him, and we talked about this off camera. When Corey asked him, what do you identify as? Uh, and because obviously white people call us black, right? So most people that look like us are going to identify with being black because that's what we called. When you fill out an application, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that you would check off. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's a made up term though.
Okay, we
So if
all know that,
somebody
but that is what it is. We know. I mean, bro, listen. My hair is black. My hat is black. This is black. My skin is not black. You feel me? So we know that, bro. But but Antoine Daniels, Antoine Daniels. All right, I'm gonna just get to it because So Antoine Daniels said, Corey asked him, "What does he identify as?" And and Corey was saying, for an example, I'm a black man, blah blah blah, right? Antoine Daniels responded and said he
he
identifies
said a
as a
Christian.
Christian,
He said
and
a
Corey,
Christian.
let me. He said a Christian, and Corey, and so it's like, okay, you identify as a Christian, that's cool. But then he asked him about the part about being black, and he said he doesn't identify as being black. Antoine Daniels said he don't identify as being black, bro. Like, and the thing about it is, I can understand if he's trying to say that he doesn't identify and he's not going to link himself to the stereotypes of black culture, right? Because people, we tend to get stereotyped into all the negativity when it deals with black things, right? So I can understand him saying that, but he's like, no, I mean, because Corey said Corey rebutted him with like, bro, you're black, so you're a black man first. When you enter a room, people gonna see you as a black man. They're not gonna see you as a Christian. Nobody's gonna know your religious beliefs until you start talking, until you start acting a certain way. Just from your presence alone, I can't tell what you are, but I do see your skin color, and it looks like mine, brother. You look like me, brother. What are you talking about? You're not black. That to me, that's what I said. I leans back to the Antoine Daniels side of the game, bro. The dude is he has the mind frame of a 65-year-old Caucasian white man. The level of caucasity that comes out of him is outrageous at times. He said some things like, and Corey was like, bro, you don't never say nothing about white people, about white men. I'm sorry, you don't never say nothing about yourself. And I'm not an Anton Daniels fan. I don't watch him like that, but I've seen his clips. I've seen some of his videos here and there, and all of them are literally talking about he has clickbait type stuff, and I can understand for the content, for pushing it out, trying to get people to tune to your channel. I can understand that, but bro, you gotta water that down a little, man. It sounds like hella hate, bro. Like the man sound like he hate himself, man.
Well, he
Straight
got
up.
multiple shows. For one, he got multiple shows. For two, it's hard for me to hear you make that statement when earlier you literally before we even started this, you literally said,
So we talking about what I
and
said offline? You talking about what I said
no, no,
offline?
no, 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 no. I'm talking about what you said when we started the live.
Okay, go ahead.
You you literally said, uh, a lot of people just saw the clips to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You
the
can't
full
judge it
interview.
by it.
Yes.
So you got to so you should watch things in their totality. So it's hard to hear you say that, and then later on come and say what you just said. Like it's kind
So
of hard to hear
no,
that.
no, I mean that makes perfect sense, bro. That makes perfect sense.
Because you
Everything,
can't
everything is
like
not
how are
exact.
you gonna
Bro,
judge
look, bro.
Anton
But look, we
videos
about to have an
if you don't
Antoine and
watch full
Corey. We
videos
about
of
listen,
Anton?
bro. We about to have an Antoine and Corey. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay on topic. Like, don't you ain't gotta get on here and don't try to attack me on what I said because what I said made perfect sense, bro. When we're dealing with this whole conversation, let me finish. We're dealing with this whole thing that we're talking about, the Corey Holcomb and Antoine Daniels thing, right? When dealing with this situation, it's best to watch the entire interview so you can see the full spectrum. I don't have to watch every freaking Antoine Daniels video to know anything about him and to know what he stands for, bro. What are you talking about? I don't have to watch all his material to see that. When you make certain
But you
arguments,
would have to
listen, bro,
watch
when
his
you make certain
material.
arguments, bro, when
You
you make
would
certain
have to
arguments,
watch his material to see
listen,
that
bro,
he doesn't just talk about white. I mean, black folks. He don't just talk about black folks.
I
He
asked
talk
you
about
before.
white folks too,
I asked you
especially white
offline.
women,
I asked you
especially
offline.
gay white women. He talk about
Okay,
them too.
okay, that's not what I. Okay, listen, bro. I said that he doesn't talk about white men, not women or any of that.
And I
I
literally
asked you
just said
offline.
he
Listen,
talks
bro.
about white men,
Bro, listen. We wasting
especially.
time right now. We wasting time arguing. I asked you offline to send me a video where he's doing that. You have yet to do that.
I'm at the
Let's
crib,
move on to
dog.
something else because we're gonna get into an Antoine and Corey argument. Let's move to something else. The man basically believes what he believes. He plays games. He has money, bro. You look at the way this man operates. When he enters the room, just like, have you ever seen those pastors that do the little fake healing prophecy things? What they would do is they'll have people that go into the audience and talk to people, or they have them little cards that people fill out information about themselves. They get the cards, they take them back there, they read it, they study it, then they come out there and be like, "Oh, this person right here has a hurt leg." That's that game, bro. This game, bro. You can't run that game on. Only the lame fall for it. The people who know nothing fall for that, bro. This don't float over here. Anybody with sense can sit back, be quiet, and observe and see that this man is playing games. Only, unless you just sympathizing for a nigga. I ain't saying you per se, but unless, because most of us that look like us we don't are leaning towards the way away from him. It's a reason, bro. And I mean, if you lean towards it, I mean, so it is what it is. But I can say this, man. Dude on that bull. He on that bull. Then he started trying to act like he was talking tough and all that. And I remember you said this to me offline. You were like, you said something about Corey Holcomb didn't stand on business. Like, bro, what was so he was supposed to pick up a lawsuit, huh? Because he said what he said and he felt how he felt, he was supposed to pick that lawsuit up, huh?
No,
He was
no,
supposed to give him an
that's
earshot, huh?
not that's not what I said. Don't take me out of context. That was not my words. What I said was this. If the first thing that I said was you cannot be selective with how you take disrespect. Some dudes see some dudes will hear you say the words kissing my ass and feel the same way that somebody else will feel when they say suck my dick. Some people will
Those
feel like that. Some people don't take no respect whatsoever and they gonna get in your mouth as soon as you say that. Some people
I
are
can
like
I
that.
can I can
So
feel
so
that.
so
I can
so
feel that.
so, so you can say that there are levels to disrespect, but what you can't do is say how and try to tell this person how he should quantify it. That's what you can't say. Number
Yeah,
number
yeah.
two.
I agree with that.
Can I finish? Number two.
Nah, you
Corey
can't finish, nigga. Go ahead.
Corey didn't been and I like Corey, by the way. I
Mm-hmm.
watch this show a lot. My favorite person on the show is Craig Fax, by the way. Uh
Cap. Go ahead.
anyway.
I'm fucking with you, bro.
Anyway, point number. You funny, dog. Hey,
Yeah,
point number two though. Like
yeah.
you can't act like you the toughest nigga in the world, and then and say all of these words. Because first of all, here's my thing. Emotionally intelligent adult men don't give a fuck
Mm-hmm.
about what you saying. But put your hands on me and
Yeah.
find out though. You feel what I'm saying?
True, true,
So
true, true.
so you
And
can say
but also
you can say that Anton baited them and all of that old bullshit. That shit
he
don't
did.
matter as much as if you a man stand on your principles. If you was tough, nigga, a lawsuit don't mean shit to you, right? Since you so tough, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Money should never override your principles. Money
I don't
should
know what
never override your principles. Period.
I don't,
Money
I,
should never override no man's
bro,
principles. So if
bro.
you
You
the tough
saying
dude, look. But here, but this also, but this is something that I also don't agree with at the same time. I'm not one of them dudes that's finna react to a bunch of fucking words neither. So both of them niggas look like some idiots, low key.
so?
But
Look, bro.
you
Look.
can't play the tough guy.
We're having a
You
we're
cannot
having a
play
we're
the
having a
tough
discussion,
guy
right?
and then don't be tough when it's time to be tough.
Listen,
You
listen. It's so
cannot.
much I gotta
You know,
say. It's so.
can,
So
can I
I wanna.
finish? Can I finish? Because you
I
cut me off for like
Nah,
20
nigga. You
times.
can't finish, nigga. So
You went on
look,
a whole monologue,
when
my nigga. You went on a whole monologue.
nigga, this my channel, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
All right,
I'ma say what the
bet.
fuck I want.
It's your channel.
You better, yeah, bro, cool out. Yeah, that's how we do that. But anyway, so to what he was saying, right? You a tough man. You can't do this. You say this and you gotta bag this up. Like, bro, listen, man, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Feelings are a thing that fleets you. Feelings never stay the same. The way you feel right now, you're not gonna feel like that in 5, 10 minutes, an hour, tomorrow, next week. You're not gonna feel the same. So emotions go up and down. So at the moment you get into it, everybody got a limit. You can maybe you can call this person a bitch one time. This person you can only call them that. You can call them a bitch 1,000 times before they react. You know, everybody reacting is gonna be different. Some people limit is high, some people limit is low. So what I'm saying is to rebut what he's saying. Fuck all that. Like men as men, like I don't know about y'all. I'm a little older. I'm in my 40s, right? So check this out. Back in the day, niggas got hit in their mouth for talking crazy. People got checked for stepping out of line. There are no line checkers now. People say what they want and they do what they want because they know ain't nothing happening from it. If you told on somebody, snitched on somebody, somebody came and paid you a visit. They don't do that now. Everybody just free to do whatever, you know? So it's like I get what he's saying, but at the same time, fuck all that, man. Antoine Daniels was out of his mind. Corey Holcomb was both out of their mind at the time that it happened. They both lost their mind for a second. Antoine Daniels was talking tough, knowing that he ain't finna fight. Corey was talking tough, knowing that he ain't finna fight. So at the end of the day, both of these dudes are millionaires, right? They got big money, way more than what I got. You know, I'm not on their level, not in their tax bracket at all. But we all as men have a way to learn to deal with other men. We as men have to be respectable with other men when we're communicating, talking with other men, because men get unalive all the time over these right here, over these words. Women and words has put so many men in that ground. So you got to watch how you carry yourself. Watch what you say. And really that's the end of it. That's the gist of the whole conversation. But that's all I got to say, y'all. I appreciate y'all for checking out the channel. Y'all tap in with me, man. It Don't Exist podcast. I'm gonna be going live as much as I can. I'm up here at Starbucks right now. I just refill my coffee. I'm finna get up out of here, man. I had to say something, but I'm gonna make a video on this too, because there's more that I need to say. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? Stay with me, man. This hella people been commenting. I missed all y'all stuff, man. I'm sorry. I was in a little argument. You feel me? So let's remain peaceful. Yeah, man. Trying to, bro. Yeah. But yeah, y'all be easy, man. Step out the way.